So if you caught the last camping trip episode, you'll remember that place I went to was just completely filled in. Today we're lucky enough to be here on a weekday in the middle of the week when there's not really anybody around, especially in November. So as you can see, pretty quiet around here. I think we'll have our whatever choice we want here for a site. So this is my campsite of choice for today's episode. 26. Just seemed like a good number. There's a power thing. Hopefully that works, because I brought a heater. It's supposed to get down to potentially -5, which really, it's not that bad, but we have the luxury. We might as well use it, I figured. Interesting that there's some snow here, because back in Edmonton, which isn't that far away from where I am right now, we did have some snow recently, but it pretty much all melted already. So yeah, as you can see, very quiet. I am not going to complain about that, of course. So I'm just going to back into the site. I'll let you judge my driving skills here. So as you can see, I am not in the usual green pickup that I usually use for these type of trips. That's been put away into storage for the winter, much to my dismay, but it's only really worth having one car out for part of the year anyway, right? So this is my daily driver, also known as the Red Rocket. I'm probably the only person that would call it that. But I'll give you a short rundown of what we got. Oh, there goes stuff falling out. So we're just gonna sleep in the car tonight, and I know that sounds kind of funny, but it's surprisingly not bad. I'll go around to the other side here. Now, this is a pretty small car, and I'm 6'2", so it's tight. But what I've got here is just a regular bedroll, inflatable one. Extra random blankets and things that I grabbed for just comfort, support. And then once I flip this front seat down, I can lay flat across all the way from the back here. So it's not bad. Sure, I could just pitch a tent, but that seems too easy. So since there's not much setup to do, because it's pretty much already set up for the night, I think we're going to take advantage of the fact that it's not pitch black out yet, because as most people will probably know by now, it's getting dark a lot earlier than you would want it to. So we're going to take advantage of the fact that it's still light enough to go for a walk. Of course, I brought a flashlight, so that will make things easier. And we'll just go tool around a little bit and see what we can't find. So I've been to this campground quite a few times before. Another just close campground, don't have to drive too far. Here's a map. And I do appreciate that, some of these campgrounds leave some of their gates open. You can come in here and, just have a nice, cheap night out of the city if you want, or, I'm sure you could stay here for a week if you wanted to, just to get away. But, yeah. Little playground. This would be a nice little area here to camp in, because the lake's just over there, but it is not accessible at this time. Part of me wants to go down this slide just because it's tempting, but yeah, I don't think so. So, some information about this lake. Feel free to skip over this part if you're not interested. I'll keep it short. But basically, this lake used to be kind of a hot spot for swimming and boating and all that stuff. But the problem with it is it doesn't actually have any inlets or outlets. So there's no like constant flow of water circulating. So now the birds all hang out here, and you can pretty much imagine what the condition of the water is now. Alongside that, it's also retreated quite a bit. From what I understand, it used to go pretty close to where those picnic tables and garbage cans are in the distance. So you can see how far the shoreline has retreated here. I did a school project on this a couple of years ago, so that's kind of where that information comes from. But anyway, just thought I would share that in case you're interested. So unfortunately, other than bird watching, I guess, this lake doesn't really have much recreational value per se. I guess aesthetics is also kind of a value as well, but it's kind of a broad overview. So there's kind of, as we go along here, there'll be some, I guess you could say, evidence of what it used to be. There's some old like buildings and stuff that were obviously more used back when this area was busy with people swimming and hanging out on the beach. And I'll try and point those out as we go along. I was here last year about the same time, and this lake already had ice on it, so I guess it's not that cold yet. What's really nice about this place is it's got this huge day use area with little fire pit areas. So if you wanted to just come out and have a fire, grill up some burgers, but you didn't want to camp overnight, then this would be a good option. You can still access all the trails pretty easily. And there's actually a giant parking lot. I'll show you that after. So here's a bit of evidence from the past, I would say. I think this used to be, I'm gonna say, either like a shower building or like a change room for the beach. And right now, you know, you'd think, oh, it's just closed for the season, but I've been here in the summer and this building has never been open as far as I know. There's no signs on it or anything, so I feel like that's what this probably was at some point. Just hang on a sec. I will give you a view of the inside. Some windows here. Sorry about the glare. Hang on, we'll go try another spot here. I don't know what all you can see in there. Anyway, just a remnant of the past now, I would say. Here's some even better evidence. Actually, this door's been screwed shut with a board. So, definitely not in use anymore, I would say. Here we are at one of the big group sites, event sites here at this campground. I think there's 7 of them in total. And I just noticed actually this little building here is pretty similar to that one I was just saying is probably closed up. But I feel like this one is probably still in use compared to the other one that was kind of hidden off in the trees there. Huge fire pit. Anyway, check this out, I guess. This is probably locked up. Yeah, I can see it's locked. And the windows are frosted, but it's just like a little cook shack type thing. Yeah, see, this one's still got the signs on it. So it's probably still in use. I'm not gonna pan my camera through the window on this one for obvious reasons. Anyway. So yeah, you can imagine, you know, everybody with their big campers lined up here, nice view of the lake. Definitely a good spot if you're looking for a spot to get the whole group together. Here's what the inside of the little cook building is like, if you were wondering. Just picnic tables, pretty much. You can kind of see what I mean when I say this place is huge. Like, this is all part of the day use area, essentially. I think this used to actually be the main boat launch, but I don't even know if people actually like kayak in this lake anymore. It's not really the best water to really be on at all, so. But it looks like they've been doing some work on the gravel here. Flattening it out and everything. So yeah, if you're looking for a nice spot to come out for an evening, this is definitely a good one. Here's some old beach showers that are pretty well decommissioned at this point. More evidence of the past, of course. There's something interesting here. Here's just to give you an idea of the sheer size of this day use parking area. It goes all the way up back behind those trees there. So no shortage of parking around here. Here we are at the main park information center here. Just at the edge of the big parking lot. And I just spotted something over here you don't see every day. Well, you don't see these around too often anymore. Wonder if this one still works. Looks like it. Oh yeah. It's so cool to see one of these that's actually still working. I mean, you know, there was a time when those were everywhere, so it was kind of just the norm, I guess, but in this day and age, you don't see them around much anymore. So there's this cool little boardwalk trail that goes along this little pond here. And I was thinking maybe we should come back here in the dark and come check this out with a flashlight. Might be kind of interesting. Quite a commotion over there somewhere. Okay, so let me give you the grand tour of our accommodations for the evening. So this is our entrance door. Pretty snazzy, eh? We got lights. That's the heater over there. So that won't get left on when I'm asleep, obviously, because it could be a fire hazard with all these blankets everywhere. All of my water is just sitting next to the heater just so it doesn't have a chance to freeze overnight. So this is my attempt at making some window cover things. This is just landscaping fabric from the dollar store, and I just cut it to fit the windows. It was supposed to be held up by suction cups, but the suction cups don't seem to want to stay on the window. So it's just taped. It works. And then that's just one of those like reflective things for a windshield. So that's that. I'm going to show you the back here. Look at that. Not bad for a small car. Had to spruce it up with the lights, like I said. So, should be a nice cozy night in here. And would you believe me if I told you it was already 5 o'clock? And it's like maybe 20 minutes of light left. So, I think it's high time to go for a little wander over in the wetlands in the dark. Why not? And then we'll see about getting some supper. It's a little ominous out here right now. As you can hear, the geese are still going at it. I'll go see what's going on with them, I guess. Oops. Okay, I did not know there was that many there. Boy, they did not like that very much. Holy. Well, it has cooled off significantly, as to be expected. So, time for fire. Got my fire starters like I was talking about in the last video. Like I say, I don't really have a method to my madness here. I just kind of throw things on. Probably only need one. sharpest lighter that ever existed. May or may not work because it's cold. Yeah. Oh, that's why I got backup matches. So for tonight's meal, I found this fusilli. It's from the dollar store. $1.75. Looks pretty good. So I was thinking could probably mix some vegetables in with that. So I've got chopped up zucchini, chopped up mushrooms, and some pre-cooked chicken breast. So I'll throw all that in. It's got like a cheese sauce on it, I guess, so that should tie it together pretty good. I'm gonna probably fry the zucchini and the mushrooms in some butter first, just over the fire, and that'll soften that stuff up, and then we'll throw the pasta in with some water and see how that turns out. Okay, well that has made pretty good. So I'm just gonna throw I think it's water and milk in there, and then put the noodles, and we'll see how that turns out. And there's what we ended up with. Not bad for something I got at the dollar store. Yeah, it tastes really good. I'm pretty excited. So I'm gonna shout on this by and hang out by the fire, and yeah, it'll all be good. Well, I gotta say, that was actually a really good meal. I didn't have high hopes for something I bought at the dollar store, but I would definitely get that again. It was really good. And like with the added vegetables, that just totally tied it all together. So quite enjoyed having a nice hot meal. So it's kind of at that point of the night where it's dark out, can't really do much. I am tempted to go for a little walk in the dark, but we'll see how adventurous I feel. For now, I'm just staying warm by the fire and just enjoying the quiet. Now that's a geocache if I've ever seen one. Awesome. Thanks everybody for watching this episode. Hopefully you found it entertaining or at least watchable. Yeah, it was fun. It was a little chilly last night. I don't know what it got down to because my phone service wasn't working and I don't have a thermometer, so I'm gonna guess it was like -3, -4 somewhere in there, which isn't too bad, but I should have brought an extra blanket or two, I guess. But whatever, we lived. Yeah, I'm hoping to maybe, because people seem to like those abandoned places or forgotten places types of things, so I might see if I can do another couple of those here soon. And it's mostly just working around school and everything. Some of you might know I'm a student full-time, so that makes it a little tricky, but I do like getting out and doing these things. So yeah, we'll see what comes in the coming months here. So yeah, thanks again for watching, and we will see you soon.